The bald head, bobblehead is at it again. We got that girl Amber Rose. She's got our boy Wiz Khalifa in court. She wants $20K. And what's so diabolical about the situation is she's throwing her boy Wiz Khalifa under the bus on everything. She's put it out there that he's, to me, it sounds like she's accusing him of smoking out his kid. And if she ain't accusing him of smoking out his kid, she's trying to accuse him of having that around him, right? So she trying to put them people on him. And this is almost like some hush money. She really want him to probably sell out of court with her, get this shit thrown out, because she really just want the $20K, let's be honest. This bobblehead ain't had shit going in years. The slut walk didn't work for her. Nothing that she doing is working for her. Let's just be 100. That's why her last claim to fame was trying to act like she was godly or she's fucking with the Bible. She has nothing godly about her, bro. A lot of these women just want to claim the word, but they don't actually like read into the word and want to follow the word. Amber Rose is giving off all the signs that she's one of those females that actually uses God as a way to manipulate and to get more money. You know, like the fake mega churches. Like, a lot of those churches are not really good churches. It's all about the bread. It's not a positive message. The only churches that are really pushing positive messages are the churches who still have that old mindset of actually giving back to the people. They actually fundraise and they actually build money to actually give back to the members of the church and people within the church. And that's real communion, right? Not building, money for the church and riding around in Ferraris and living in mansions and shit. Like, that ain't it, bro. If you could, look, there's no way you should even feel comfortable living in a mansion if your whole life is to give back. Like, you won't even make it to mansion status because you know that your purpose is to give more than it is to take, right? Same thing with the cars and shit. You might have a nice car that you were able to work for yourself. This isn't from the church goers' money or anything like that. I respect that, right? But if this shit is coming from the church goers' money and the pastors is pulling off in Lambos and shit, Amber Rose come from under that cloth, bro. And anybody under that cloth, you gotta it's just demonic. It ain't no other way to slice it. It's pure demonic frequencies. I'm gonna tell y'all Amber Rose's biggest problem though. Wiz Khalifa was her biggest fumble. Like, her and Kanye, I think she knew that was a long shot and she was just like a groupie whore that he was fucking or whatever the case. That wasn't gonna last. Kanye is a fool, right? But I think with Wiz Khalifa, she actually had a chance at being a wife. And she fucking blew it, right? Because I remember around that time, she was trying to play like she didn't want to be with him or something, if I'm not mistaken. She broke it off with him, tried to make him look like a goofy ass nigga back then, right? And I think that all this shit is coming to fruition. She's seeing how good of a father he actually is. Because if you go to any type of, he's doing lives right now. So, hey, any of y'all that want to check it out, go to Wiz Khalifa's page. He's been doing lives lately, right? You'll see Bash attend. You'll see the kid. You'll see Bash on there. I've never seen him actively just smoking with the kid. I've seen a few lives where he actually then told him to get on somewhere, while he doing that, right? So I don't see why off the camera he was, oh yeah, here man, go ahead and hit this blunt, or I don't even think that he's leaving it accessible to where a kid is able to just steal it. If Bash is doing that shit, that is something that Bash has discovered. And of course, his father smoking weed could have possibly influenced it, right? But the kids are going to be influenced by their parents, their peers. So you can't really say what they're going to get from who or what they're going to actually take, right? But we can say the same for you, Amber Rose. Didn't you have a slut walk going on? So what if he grows up and decides to be a slut because he found your slut material? Or he just gets to see how you move as a slut day by day, and he picks up on your slut activities. See, I think that people need to look into this shit for real, right? Because why is it cool to say, oh, he's exposing them to marijuana, right? When we all know that marijuana is legal now, just no different from if you have a case of wine or alcohol at this day and time, right? We have shops, we have marijuana shops, right? She lives in California. He's going to get this weed legally. So he's getting weed legally, and you still will try to come up with a money grab. What? Just to feed your lifestyle? What? Because you want your lifestyle at your house to be more like daddy's lifestyle. So you're trying to take daddy's lifestyle and money to put into your home, right? Because what end up happening is Bash is starting to know who the fucking star is of the family. Let's just be 100. Bash knows daddy's the meal ticket. With dad, we're doing whatever the fuck we want to do. With mom, she may possibly, just because of the way she lives, be struggling at different times, right? Or there's certain things that can't be done or things like that, right? You know, Wiz is gonna have them on PJs and shit. You know, Wiz is gonna have them on trips that Amber can't even dream to pay for. Because I want to know, what was Amber Rose's claim to fame? What's her career? No, real shit. Outside of dating these celebrities, can anyone tell me what Amber Rose's actual career is? Hey, some ladies might know. I'll give it that, because women go deeper into the lifestyles and people's lives and things like that, so they may know what her actual career is. But I haven't heard of any career for this lady. Her only career and claim to fame is riding the coattail of entertainers and being paid out large amounts of sum to keep her afloat. But I don't hear about Amber hosting any, like, is she a personal trainer? I think maybe back in the day they were saying she was a model. With that funky ass tat on your head, you're not modeling right now. I'm just gonna call shit what it is, and yeah, no one's booking you. Let's just keep it real. So this whole 20K money grab for damages, she wants 20K for damages done. Damages done to who, motherfucker? Who? To Bash, the kid that look happy, that's living his life, looking good, looking happy, man. He do be looking stoned, right? But he's always looked like that at birth, so I don't know if that's his actual eyes. She may be over there accusing this little nigga of blazing, and he just got them type of eyes. Now to be fucked up. He naturally got them, because, you know, I feel like, in a way, I deal with that, because I got, like, naturally, like almond shaped eyes. Like, they kind of sink halfway down sometimes. Nigga ain't even smoked, right? And people will just assume you're high. You're like, no, nigga, just woke up, or this is just how I'm looking right now, whatever may have you. So Bash has that look, bro. Like, he could possibly be looking high, and now she's starting to put it on the radar, and she's starting to, do I need to drug test Lil Bash, or do I? He kind of, and then also knowing how much of a stoner his dad is, and then that you hating from a distance, you're gonna want to believe any type of allegation that you came up with, right? So if you are starting to be hating, you hate from outside, trying to peek into his life and shit, like, I think he's smoking with Bash now. You know, Bash coming back home all happy and shit. No, Bash is just happy, nigga. He came from daddy house. He happy than a motherfucker. And also, he might be learning swag from his daddy. So some of that shit might, you know, he might be kind of swaggy with her at times. Like, this nigga high? No, he's swagged up, and he might be getting swag from a high motherfucker. So he may act a little high, right? Knowing that Wiz Khalifa is daddy, and that's who he getting his swag from. So he might have like a little high swag. It ain't even high, right? So that's what I think people need to look at. And I think this shit only came up because she fishing for shit. You know, Bash coming back to her house too happy. She trying to find little ways to come at him. And the reason why I think this is real funny is because I remember when he was born, Wiz Khalifa had him in some weed socks, and Amber Rose was completely co-signing at the time, and everybody was you know what I mean? They was like, man, we doing what we doing, right? But now that you're not together, now that you can't control his life, now that you feel like you fumbled him, right? Because Wiz Khalifa, I think after that situation, he went into some player shit. I'm gonna keep it real. Even the way he handled, the way she tried to do him back then was player. Let's keep it real. She tried to make it seem like it was something with him, whatever. Broke it off with him, whatever. He kept it player the whole time. He never bashed her. Always showed her love in the public eye. There ain't nothing more player than that, bro. Did it break off and you still keep composure? You know, because, you know, real men know it ain't no reason to bash a girl because we're not together anymore. That's more of a woman thing. I'm gonna keep it 100. And if a man is doing that, he's typically hurt. You know, but Wiz might have been a little hurt, whatever, but he handled it player out the gate. And And from my experiences, because I've handled things play in my life too, right? When you handling things play like this, you're not getting your feelings, you're not crying and doing certain shit, women are actually be upset about that. You know, they can't get a rise out of you. They can't get, it's like they're like, damn, I done did everything and he just moved on. Like, yeah, he just moved the fuck on. I know you're used to motherfuckers playing this little fantasy game with you and doing all that. But some motherfuckers ain't finna play that game with you. You don't want to be with me no more? All right, cool. They take that shit to the heart. That's how I am. Like, you tell me that it is, that's it. I'm not gonna convince you of why you should be in love with a nigga. I'm not finna try to convince you why you should fuck with me. I'm not none of that shit. If you tell me, I actually take that shit as a shot. That's like almost like I'm a competitive mom. But look, I'm gonna talk to Amber Rose right now. I'm gonna talk to all of these scorned ladies, right? Stop doing this, man. Like, if your kid love the man and your kids is taken care of, why do y'all have to continue to bash the dude, try to slander the name, and you know that he has a career. You know that he has to keep building his career. So in a way, you're trying to stop his money, but then you want to take his money, right? So it's a real sick, very manipulative tactic that she's using, and that a lot of ladies are using it. It just has to come to an end, bro. Because when your kids grow up, they gonna know that you did daddy like shit, bro. They gonna know that you was going after them for random 20Ks at, for damages, and come on, bro. This ain't cool in no shape or form. And you notice that he took the high road the whole time. He never said nothing bad about her after they break up. She was bashing him then. Let's be real. I'll go back. When they ended before, she had a lot to say about him. There was a lot being said. He always took the high road, always bigged her up. And that's how most men are doing, right? Most men aren't coming out saying shit about the mother of their child, right? Unless they're scoring, they're hurt, right? If he's hurt, yeah, you'll hear some shit. He gonna talk his shit, right? But for the most part, men don't really engage in this. And this has been so long for her to be still hurt and feeling like she lost her shot. And yes, baby, sorry to tell you, Amber, you lost your shot. This nigga actually seemed like he was taking you serious. He had you around at all the tours. He was on all the tour dates. He was mobbing with you, right? And I think you know that as well. And that's what this is all about. You just can't get over what could have been. And now you want to make his life a living hell. Lame shit.